Good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm running late. Had to get Junior's coffee ready for him because he can't crip on the crutches and carry a coffee cup at the same time. How is everyone doing this evening? Well, it's been a pretty good week. Good evening, sister. How are you doing way up there in the Badlands? Good evening, Tamara. How are you doing? Oh, wonderful that your mom's watching too. Hello, Kathy Roby. Good evening. Let's see. Good evening, Tanya. How are you doing? Whew, I gotta calm down, cool off a little bit from doing all the running around. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. It's been a busy, busy day today. Let's see, make sure there's no dirt ring. I've been doing some planning videos. Good evening, Monica. I'm glad you can make it to chat. How are you doing? Thank you, Kathy. I am looking forward to that. I think I'm gonna make it I've got to see it first because I've never seen one in person. I've seen pictures, but I've never seen one. So yeah, I've got to figure that one out. It might be the next herb garden. Yep, I'm hoping to finally get mine in. I'm gonna try tomorrow. Good evening, Jen. How are you doing? Oh, I'm looking forward to that, and I got to figure out how to get it filled up. Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. Yep, it'll be another herb bed. Like I need another herb bed. Oh, that's fine. That's perfect fine. You don't know how much I appreciate that. This is going to be an experience and a half. Size of a kiddie pool. I'm going to have fun with that one. So, how is everyone doing this evening? Oh, that's a blessing. Yes, get them canned up. Definitely. Do not put your trust. That's why I tell people don't trust freezers. Lazy days for me. I don't know what lazy days means. Yes, it's been hot here too. The humidity has been wicked. And that's why I tell people I would love to dry my herbs in brown paper sacks, but when we have humidity from 75% and up, they mold in the paper bags before they ever dry. So that's why I don't use paper bags. And I used to back in the day I did use paper bags because you could. Now the humidity has changed and you can't. And that's why I dehydrate. Now there's a different setup that I want to build later on for dehydrating bigger amounts, but yeah, I'm gonna have to have a little money before I can build that one. Hey, there is old ham salad canning recipes from back in the which blue book was it? It was either one in the 60s or one in the 50s. And yeah, they used to have that. And that's why I try to explain to people. Because, well, this old girl's kind of blackballed because I'm a rebel canner. And guess what? Then kiss my unseasoned grits. I don't care because back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, look at the difference in ball canning books compared to now. Now they don't want you to do anything that will actually sustain you food wise. They want you to do jams, jellies, and pickles, and I'd like to see people survive off of that. Oh, I'll season my grits for me and my other half, but when people get on, my bad side, no, they get just plain grits and water cooked. Your coffee's over here, baby. Okay, thank you. But yeah, no, I'm kind of been blackballed because, I'm a rebel canner. Even though I follow recipes from back when, before the food lobby existed, when the recipes were, okay to make, but now they're not okay. No, don't give me that stuff. But yeah, I'm apparently a bad person because I rebel can. Well, guess what? I don't like the FDA telling me what I can and can't cook and can when, you know, 40 years ago it was perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't buy it. Sorry. Good evening, Jilly. How are you doing? I saw those fish, you lucky rat. I've been wanting to get to go fishing for a while. Too many ribs. Hey, sister, how are you doing? Yeah, government don't want you doing nothing. They don't want you preserving anything. And people don't realize they're the biggest lobbyist organization out there is the food industry. Now you tell me, why are those foods on the shelves in the store? But you can't can it yourself? No, I'm not buying it. Good evening, Regina. How are you doing? Yeah, no rest for wicked. Believe me, I know that one all too well. I'm hoping to finally get my garden in. I couldn't help it. I absolutely love calling them solar dryers because people's going to wonder what on earth I'm talking about, and that's why I done it. Because I'm sorry, it's funny. It really is. And here I am being lazy. Yeah, you be careful up there, Jilly. There's some really bad storms that could brewing up there. I noticed that oh, what's his name? The weather guy, Jason Hall, y'all. Um, he was doing a live stream, so be careful. I didn't get to watch any of that. Oh no, it's never too windy to use the clothesline. Believe me, all you gotta do is put a little more pins on it. They'll hold. Good. I'm glad you did, because most people had no clue what I was talking about, except for a few people. He's good, but he's kind of irked me a little bit when there for a while all he could talk about was his merch, and I'm trying to watch where the twisters are going, praying, making sure people are okay. Oh, mulberries, lucky rat, lucky rat. Okay, everyone. Hey Tammy, welcome to chat. Hey Lawrence, welcome to chat. How are y'all doing this evening? Yes, I'm gonna be trying to video some of it again. I might fight with my telescope again, see if I can get this smartphone to act like it's got some sense and videotape it all, or video at least try to videotape some. I've got some pretty good shots of the last lunar eclipse, but man, I'm telling you, I fought with that telescope and it's supposed to be smartphone. All right, if y'all don't mind, since it is Memorial Day, I would like to have a moment of silence and say a prayer for those. I ask y'all to please, in your own words, please say a prayer. Since this is Memorial Day, I would like to take a moment of silence and pay homage to our ancestors and our loved ones who gave the ultimate sacrifice to make sure that we had our freedoms. So I'm going to start the moment of silence right now. Okay, I couldn't help it. I just wanted to make sure that all those who have fallen since before this country was an official country up to now, I wanted to make sure all those who have fallen know that their sacrifice was not in vain. God bless our troops and our country, and please, hopefully, God will bless us, most of us, to wake up and realize that our ancestors did not die in vain for this country, and that we have to make sure that we don't allow this government to take our rights away, or, the elites either. Yes, anybody who has served, I pay homage to you and I give thanks to you for your sacrifice for fighting for the rights of our people. And too many do not know what this day truly means. Yes, their families as well. Oh, I know my dad's rolling in his grave. I know for a fact. Yes, continue taking our rights. So very true. That's just like my friend that we had memorial for Saturday. She was in the Air Force. She was in the Air Force during Vietnam. Yes, my father was in Korea, and you could not get that man to talk about it at all. The only time he ever talked about anything that happened in Korea was the one time, and I finally broke down and got him to talk about that. Why he never liked to help me peel potatoes. He had to do a stint of KP duty once. That man, it was like trying to pull teeth out of a mule to get him to peel a potato. Yep, military runs in my family way back past the Civil War. Yeah, you could not get my daddy at all to talk about Korea. He finally got mad at me one day because I told him, I said, "Look, Daddy, I have a right to know, what happened over there." And he told me he had to do things that nobody needs to know about. So I dropped it after that one. No, um, no, I'm not, because I just haven't done anything about it. It's just like also getting I still I can trace my Cherokee heritage, but my people would not. They refused to sign any rolls because they did not believe in giving away the land. And they hid up in the mountains, and they said they were what was it, Black Irish and everything. Yeah, you couldn't. My people would not sign the rolls because they were adamant against giving away the homeland. But yep, I had people on both sides of the Civil War, and from what I know, all the way back to the Revolutionary War as well. Good evening, Black Soil Urban Homestead. Welcome to chat. I hope you are doing well. I look at it like this: I shouldn't have to, carry a be the only nationality in the whole world that has to carry a plastic card to prove who you are so the government can keep its thumb on us. No, thank you. I know what I am, and I know what flows in me. I'm above ground, Black Soul, and blessed. Thank you. I might not be kicking high, but I'm still kicking. But yeah, I see a lot of people who truly don't know what the meaning of this day is. It's not about barbecuing and having parties and everything. It's to pay homage to those who have gave the ultimate sacrifice. And I always pay homage to those who have served for this country. Yeah, we shouldn't have to prove it. I don't want a plastic card saying who I am. No. The least the government knows, the better everyone will be. Yes, and their family, definitely, their families. But today, let's see, I got two good videos, two herb videos coming up, kind of rolling with the video that I posted this morning about yes, you can propagate herbs and you do not have to just grow them from seed. That's wonderful to hear, Julie. That's wonderful. I wanted to go around, visit my dad and all the graves there at the military cemetery. I didn't get to, but I'm going to soon. I'm going to get to. Absolutely. Believe me, I don't want the government in my life. I don't want no government handouts. I don't want them telling me what I can and can't do, and I refuse to have a number from the government. Refuse. When did that happen, Tanya? Did that happen today? Iranians shot and killed three on Pensacola base. He's doing pretty good, still going stir crazy, but oh, it's over a year ago. Okay. I'm like going, oh my gracious, don't tell me they done something like that today. Of all days. No. But yeah, it's hard going to the military cemetery to see my dad and see all those headstones. All those headstones. But yep, he's doing good. I'm gonna tattle on him today. I busted out laughing this morning. He was rocking to City of New Orleans by Arlo Guthrie, and I couldn't help myself. I said, Junior, you enjoying it? Yep, I keep a lot of my cell phone usage down. I already know they're watching me. I don't care. I hope they enjoy it. And plus, I keep my GPS cut off too. Yes, Arlo at his best. He got me a look. He got me a look. I told him I was going to rat him out. But slowly but surely, his foot's not hurting him near as much as it was. So it's a healing. And he goes back to the doctor. What is it? June 12th. Is it 12th?
18th.
No, I think it's 12th.
I'll have to double check.
Yeah, we think it's June 12th. So hopefully he'll be starting therapy. But we want to make sure that it's healed good enough before doing that, because the last thing we want is that to break open again.
Especially when I have to put my foot up somebody's rear end.
If you come it. Yeah, I won't have Alexa, Siri, none of that. No, thank you. Good evening, Lonnie. How are you doing? Glad you made it to chat. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate it. Thankfully, I don't have a PC, but I got this laptop, and this is the only time I use the camera. Only time. Oh boy, that's creepy. Hey, but at least he can give you inside information. No, Alexis, unless he's going to weed my garden. Oh yeah, when not in use, it's put away. It can't see anything. I don't know how many people got to watch the video this morning. I know it was a longer one, but that was a really good one on doing transplants. Yeah, only reason I have the camera on now is to be able to live stream. But like I said, that's the only time I use it. Yeah, I know it. I get tired of spell check too. But I got to while I was there at the Herb Society meeting, I was blessed with some African blue basil and a new basil. It came out several years back. It's called Black Magic Basil. Both of them are beautiful. There's only one downside: they do not produce seed, so you have to start them over each fall by cuttings, and you have to keep them alive in your house over winter if you want any the next year. And I was blessed with quite a few of those, so I got those. I showed everybody about planting those up. I like that one, Julie. That's great. Oh, let me tell you, oh Lord, I tell you, at times I love Eli. he gets brought to the meetings. But I'm telling you, there are times that little boy could make a nun cuss. I'm telling you, I kind of laughed when he said he wanted to be a gynecologist when he grows up, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh no, no, you got you got more skills at making it at the CIA than anything, because he will question you to death." I'm thankful to have a child, well, not my child, but to have a child around that's inquisitive. But there's sometimes you got to go, Eli, okay, now calm down a bit. Well, conserve water, gonna have to amend that soil, but you're gonna have to be careful with what you amend it with to hold water. Um, just like he said at the workshop, um, you can use peat moss and everything, but if it ever completely dries out, it's really a pain because it gets waterphobic. Or how did he put it? To where if it gets dried out completely, it's almost impossible to get it to soak water back up. You're gonna have to mix in a lot of compost, things that will hold water. Now, one good thing is just plain like terracotta clay beads, but you gotta be careful when they do break, they'll be sharp and everything. They will soak up water and slowly release it as well. Hydrophobic, yes. Yes. And like he said, the using a peat is actually really bad because you're digging up old peat bogs that have been carbon sinks that hold in carbon for so long. And then when you start dredging them up to get the peat moss up, you release all that carbon out. So there's good and bad and everything. Now, of course, they're growing pine trees like crazy. So real fine pine bark mulch would be good to add into it also. Yes, that's what I use. I mulch my tomatoes and peppers with grass clippings, and I like look at it like this. It's hilarious. I use grass to kill grass. Oh, believe me, he is. Poor little kid. He's ADHD. And let me tell you, that boy will make you feel like you've got a spotlight on you at times. He's a sweetheart, but sometimes you got to tell him, okay, Eli, calm down now. Um, if you got a way to compost pile it, add leaves, grass clippings, and other things, and just keep mixing it, you can bring it back. Yes, beach sand. Yep. Depends on when you mow it. If you keep your grass mowed just before it can go to seed, break those seed cycles, you'll be fine. If you can keep it cut before it has a chance to go to seed, you'll be fine. Oh, that's right. I got to do a video sometime this week about harvesting the red clover seeds. But yeah, if you keep working with it, you can bring that back. It just gonna you're gonna need a lot of green. Add green, grass clippings, whatever you can get a hold of, and a little bit of leaves, some old composted like or old straw would work. Mix it in there too. Yeah, there's always going to be one little sucker that we miss the seeds from, and but don't stay positive. My biggest fighter I have to fight with is nut grass, and I'm not going to tell you how much I despise that stuff. I really learned how to despise nut grass when I worked at the botanic garden. But yeah, if you use that use the grass cuttings, especially when it starts getting really hot during the day, just make sure that it does not touch the stems of your plants because it'll kill your strawberries and stuff, and your tomatoes and your peppers. But if you layer that on the ground around them and keep stacking it up, get it good and thick, water it, and that stuff gets hot and it will burn up the grass or anything that tries to grow up under it. And plus, as it breaks down during the growing season, it gives plants nitrogen. It could kill out your strawberries. It could, what we call, smother them. Yeah, I don't use any shiny paper, only black and white newspaper and stuff like that. That's wonderful to shred up. That's good in compost. It's also good as a mulch. Because let me tell you, when paper gets wet, it sticks. Yep, same way with the grass here. The end of my laziness. Just be careful. Make sure you don't grab on to any of the strawberry runners. Because let me tell you, my strawberries put on a pretty good crop this year. Nothing big because it was only its first year after being planted. But let me tell you, they are throwing out runners like crazy. I'm beginning to think I have some kind of cross between strawberries and kudzu. Yes, blueberries is really good for memory. Also, broccoli. Brassicas are really good for memory as well. And also, blueberries are also cancer fighters as well. Massive antioxidants in it. Antioxidants. There we go. Maybe I need more blueberries. Oh, my blueberries that we bought on clearance last fall that I planted. Them little babies are giving us blueberries, and they are so good. But yeah, ginkgo biloba for memory. Ginseng also, ginseng, ginger can also help with memory as well. A lot of things. And I still laugh about them tagging all this stuff superfoods. Look, they were good for you before. Just because now everybody to get people to take anything or use anything that's actually good for you, you got to label them as superfoods and, rile everybody up just to get them to eat it. No, I'd eat it without all the superfood labels and everything. Cranberries are your best one for UTI. And if you can get pure cranberry powder capsules, one a day. Every woman should be taking one of those a day. Too much talking, not enough drinking. And no, it's just plain coffee, y'all. Good evening, Rich. How are you doing? Welcome to chat. But the cranberry is your best one, especially for women. Also, men. But it's not the cranberry juice because most of your cranberry juice is sold and it has sweetener in it and high fructose corn syrup and everything. If you can find natural capsules that have pure cranberry powder in it, the one I take comes from, I get them at Sam's, and I take one. Sometimes I take two a day, but usually one. I'll either do it in the morning or the evening. And one of those pills is the same as drinking a gallon of cranberry juice. Yeah, y'all be careful up there. It's looking pretty bad. I saw that they've already got tornado storm chasers out. Yeah, listen, I was raised, even though we was poor, meat and three vegetables. But uh, doing it the way I do that, it's the cranberry capsules, and it's like drinking a gallon of unsweetened cranberry juice. And let me tell you, you feel wonderful. Yeah, but uh, if one capsule can equal 1 gallon of unsweetened cranberry juice, yeah, I'll be happy with that gallon, with that one capsule. Because, man, you talking about pucker power, drinking a whole gallon of unsweetened cranberry juice? Yeah, no, no. Man, you're getting all kinds of brave, Julie. Yeah, it was starting to get really windy down here today. Okay, Bounty, good seeing you, sister, and hopefully you can make it back. Hello. Oh, God, please don't let me mess this up. Huga Homestead, welcome to chat. I always worry about messing your name up. I really do. Yes, I've got to finally get to making that lavender lemonade. I'll do a video on that. Okay, good. I didn't kill it. Thank you. Yep, a little bit of the beach sand mixed in helps with the drainage. Oh, let me tell you, all my little lemons, lemon trees, my honey tangerines, my uh, oh, satsuma oranges, they're just growing like crazy. They're just happy as can be. Yeah, I could see. I used to can up cranberry juice and also homemade cranberry sauce. But yeah, me sitting there drinking a gallon of unsweetened cranberry juice in a day, yeah, I can be a rough old gal, but that's a little more pucker power than I'm ready for. The mushrooms are doing pretty good. I've seen some mycelium growing. It's probably it'll either maybe be later on this fall or next year before I see any. Kind of got a little bit late start on it, but hopefully they're going to be growing before long. Yes, I absolutely hate nutsedge. I cannot tell you how bad that stuff really is. There, I was working at the botanic garden, trying to clean up the iris garden, and there was, I told them because they kept using poison and poison, and nutgrass was just laughing at them. I told them the best way to get rid of this nutgrass is we're going to have to dig it up and either sift all the dirt to get the nuts out and everything, or I'm going to have to dig it by hand and get each of the nuts out. Yeah, one of them I dug almost 4 feet down in the ground with one of my digging knives to get the last of that run of nuts. It was one nut sedge that came up, but it had four different nuts down in the ground, and that was ridiculous. Nope, nope, haven't heard nothing from the sorry, detective, police detective, or anything. But let me tell you, the potatoes have just gone crazy. I was scared I was going to lose them, is because I figured they would go into shock and everything. Oh no, them potatoes! I posted a short this afternoon, or actually it was early this evening, and they are going crazy. They're blooming like crazy. I done the final healing on all the containers. The mint is looking still a little rough, but it's coming back. Okay, Jilly, see you back here in a bit. I still love those kittens' names. She named her kittens. If you haven't seen Julie's video, she named two kittens Scratch and Sniff. And they are just adorable. Yeah, vandalism potatoes. That's what I should have named them. But yeah, one, well, two of the 5 gallon buckets, the potato plants are at least 3 feet up out of the top of the bucket. All the other ones are growing like crazy. I finished healing them up. They're blooming, so I don't know. I don't know if it just scared the daylights out of potatoes and they went to growing like crazy, but I have a feeling it was everybody's prayers praying for them that helped. Oh no, we don't have any air conditioners they can steal any copper from. No, my biggest worry was that they's going to use that blowtorch and try to break through the side door. But yeah, I am so proud of those potatoes. I am so proud of how well they look. But yeah, that dude, I had forgot that was in that video. I had to go back and check. Yeah, we don't have air conditioner at the house. We live off grid. Uh, so yeah, they because whoever the last owners of the house that was completely stolen or whatever, it all been cut out and everything before. But yeah, no, I scared the daylights out of him. If he would have came towards me with that blowtorch, well, it probably would have been really ugly for him. Apparently, Rich. Apparently, but yeah, they're growing like crazy, and they're just absolutely beautiful. Yep, I used a 5 gallon. Listen, I had all of a sudden so many potatoes that were rooting. I had to throw all kinds of things together. There's 5 gallon buckets, there's cat litter buckets, there's planters, there's 5 gallon grow bags. It is just the motley crew of potato planters. What, Renee? Explain about what? Hey, Huga, how you doing? Oh no, I would have talked something, that flies really fast and drops people where they stand if he would have came at me. Because yeah, that was really weird. It's like, what on earth is wrong with all these weirdos? And I hadn't seen them before, but I could tell that she was an addict. You can't help but tell. They just have the look. And he was skinny too. So I knew they were up to something. But I have not seen them around the neighborhood at all since that day. And listen, I live in the hood. I am surrounded by black people, which, I'm fine with. But when you have just white people come up out of nowhere, you know something's up. Oh no, because when he seen me and I was looking at him and I was coming towards him, no, he got up out from under that carport and him and her started walking. I said, "No, sir, my car is not for sale. And what are you doing on my property?" I said, "It is posted no trespassing. Why are you on my property?" "I just wanted to see if you was going to sell your car." I said, "I don't know who you are, why you're on my property." I said, "But no, it's not for sale and you're trespassing." They got off of there real fast. I think I scared them pretty good. Hey, Urban Girl Gardening, how are you doing? Welcome to chat. Oh, believe me, I keep my eyes out. Believe me, let's just say I do not walk my yard unprotected. Let's just say I am not a little meek woman, but they don't realize that. Now, that was a whole different incident. That completely different from the destruction in the backyard. I am doing well, thank you. I'm still kicking, not as high, and I'm above ground, so I'm doing great. I am blessed. Oh, believe me, no, no, you wouldn't, because I'd probably scare the daylights out of everybody. I know it's been ridiculous. It's just been crazy. No, I wouldn't kick your butt. I'd just scare it real good. Nope, I'd scare you real good. Well, the least amount of work that I have to do is better. But now you should have seen my face. You should have seen my face about the incident about the fool trying to drive down the railroad tracks in the minivan to escape the police. That was priceless. Or walk up on you on nude garden day. Lawrence, you're never going to let me live that one down. But you should have seen my face back there. I was simply just trying to start a, little barbecue, and I'm telling you that was the horriblest noise I have ever heard. Yeah, the fool thought that he was going to escape the police driving down the railroad tracks in a minivan, a low riding minivan at that. I don't know if they ever caught him, but they got the vehicle. He's not going to get that back unless he pays impound for that one. But they had to go get one of those little Bobcat front end loaders to pull the minivan back down the railroad tracks. Now, in my book, he done it on, government property, so that should be a federal charge all on its own right there. So he's probably looking when they do catch him. I don't know if they've caught him or not. When they do catch him, that should be federal charges as well. But you should have seen my face. Here comes a man back out of the bushes back there with the drug dog and everything. And I hate to say it, but that drug dog, well, not drug dog, but oh, what do you call them? Huh? Yeah, Canine Patrol, who was sniffing for the criminal. He really needs to go back to training. He drugged that poor officer all over my backyard, and I told him, I said, "Sir, I'm not going to harbor fugitives. I'm telling you, he didn't come this way, or y'all would have heard me because I would have screamed at y'all to come get this fool before I heard him. That dog drug him all in my herb garden. I'm about to have a heart attack and everything."
It was almost a raccoon.
No, it's all different people. It's all different people. It really is. Yep, nutgrass will grow through just about anything. I'm telling you, I've had it grow through very expensive weed barrier before. But getting back to the canine, I'm about having a heart attack because he's dragging that police officer all through my herb garden. And I'm like going, sir, this is my herb garden. Please, can you get out? He hasn't come this way, I'm telling you. Okay, urban your gardening and lifestyle, you have a wonderful evening and thank you for coming in to chat. I appreciate you coming to say hi. Yes, Bermuda grass is bad too. I can't stand that stuff either. But yeah, best thing is all you can do is to keep cutting it and try to break the bloom cycle. If you can break at least 2 to 3 years of bloom cycle of nutsedge, you have a fairly good chance of killing it. But it's those the nuts of the nutsedge are almost impossible to kill. Definitely, Rich. Y'all stay safe and sound, and let me know that y'all are okay when the storms are over. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed week. I'm gonna have a fairly good week. I have another funeral to go to come Saturday. So yep, these this past Saturday was rough. This coming Saturday is gonna be the hardest one on me. And you're welcome. Y'all just stay safe. But yeah, I've been busy this week. My rosemary finally rooted because this weather has been crazy. All right, you just be safe, Jilly, okay? You stay safe too, Jilly. Oh, he was talking because they had threw my potato buckets all around. And apparently that's what causes potatoes to grow better. That's the only thing I could think of what he meant. Because, yeah, those buckets were twisted, turned, tossed, flipped upside down, everything. It was a hot mess when I went out there. And I'm telling you, in that video, I was a whole lot calmer than I really was inside. Love you too, Jillian. You stay safe. You stay safe in these storms because they said it's been pretty bad and tornadoes have been seen several places. Yeah, we're kind of thinking it was the little hooligans, some of the hooligans over in the apartments next door. All I can say is we're staying positive. One day I'll get that 100-acre farm out in BFE and I won't have to worry about anything like that again. And I can, have classes and, you know, places where people can camp and, do like small weekend retreats and, just have fun. No, I haven't got to make any onion jam yet. I've been wanting to. It's been a long time since I made it, and I also want to make some bacon jam as well. Good evening, Laura. Welcome to chat. I hope you're doing well this evening. But no, I just want peace and quiet. That's all I want. I just want to have a sanctuary where I can grow all what we need, be self sufficient, and not have to worry about thugs and nutcases, and quiet, and be able to listen to my birds and wind chimes. Hello, Pauletta. Welcome to chat. How are you doing? Oh, yes, bacon jam. Yes. If I get into Arkansas, I'm gonna have to be in the mountains or the hills. Okay. Do you know how long your growing season is? Because most sweet potatoes need 95 to 120 days. Some might take longer. Oh, believe me, don't think I wouldn't appreciate being able to use those around the perimeter. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Okay, Laura, if you look in, now I do have some. Now, do you already have the sweet potato slips? Because I just finally got my sweet potatoes started so they can make slips. But yeah, anywhere from 95 to 120 days, sometimes a little bit longer. All right, I have a playlist about growing sweet potatoes. Now, what zone are you in, Laura? Do you know? Oh, you know nothing about sweet potatoes. No problem. Go to the playlist and you'll see. about me starting. Now, I grew mine last year in straw bales. I'm telling you, I'll never grow them any other way. That was the best sweet potatoes I have ever grown, and they were so much easier. Now, the video, now it may not work for you. It worked wonderful for me. I'm going to do it from that way from now on. Right now, I'm waiting for my garlic to get done so I can get the sweet potatoes in. 6B, you should still have enough time. But you should still have enough time. Now, you can also grow them in 5-gallon buckets, um, big, really big containers. I've seen people grow them in the smaller swimming pools. You just need room for the vines to be able to run. There's a video showing you how to do it. Now, it's a 10-day process to um, fix your bales because you have to feed the bales and get them ready to be able to grow the sweet potatoes because you can't just stick the sweet potatoes in the straw bales. Oh, you lucky rat, you. Yes, you have plenty of room for not only sweet potatoes, but watermelons and all those vining things. But yes, I have videos showing you how to, the 10-day process that I use to get your bales ready to grow the sweet potatoes in. Yes, welcome to Memphis, Duck. But yeah, there are videos, should be videos in that playlist. If not, I'm gonna have to go back and find out why not. And it shows you the way I done it is once those bales have gone through the 10-day, because every other day, one day you water it, the next day, well, the first day you fertilize it and water it in, then water, then fertilize, and you do that for 10 days. And then you got to let it sit because those bales get really hot. And once they cool down, is when you are able to plant your sweet potato slips in. Now, I have seen people do the big round. If you got old straw, old hay, the big old composted like round bales. You can take a chainsaw up there, not too composted, cut the round bales in half, flip them over, and do the process to them to get them ready to grow. And you can do sweet potatoes in those too. I was doing bone meal, blood meal, Epsom salt, and very well composted chicken manure. It's all in that video showing you the breakdown of doing it. What's up, Lawrence? Yep, cantaloupes, honeydews. You can grow all kinds of stuff in straw bales. The thing is having the straw bales. And if you know somebody that's got straw bales that they can't use, that they've been setting for a while, even better. Just got to make sure they don't have fire ants in them. Yes, you can eat sweet potato leaves. They're absolutely wonderful. But you want to make sure that your plants get good and established first before you start harvesting any of the vine or the leaves. Well, there you go. All you got to do is now, like I said, that's my process of how I do it. And let me tell you, the sweet potatoes that came out were just amazing. Sorry, I had a video upload and it's taken forever. But yeah, you can use alpaca manure, you can use horse manure, cow manure, rabbit, um, whatever manure you have to spare. Yes, I also have should be in that same playlist. Um, yeah, they were beautiful, and it's nothing like a sweet potato coming out of there clean. Um, there should be a video showing me prepping the straw bales too. Right, what back up? Yeah, I've got the video shows you the 10-day breakdown process, and then also should show you how to plant the slips as well. And I also have a video showing how I grow my slips. Now, like I said, my way is not the only way to do it, but I've been doing it my way for a while now. I used to grow the slips in the ground. Last year was the first time I was able to break down and get the straw bales. Lord, I'm telling you, I wished I would have been growing them in the straw bales all this time. The harvest is so much bigger and better than in the ground. You might have to scroll back through the videos to find it, but it should be in there. Oh yeah, I know where the bacon wall is, definitely. Yeah, one day I'm gonna have a greenhouse. I know I will. I'm gonna end up having to have one if I keep growing all these citrus trees. But I have pretty much faith that that little lemon tree of mine has been acclimated to the cold because it hasn't died yet. Knock on wood. It's survived snowpocalypse and it has survived this cold this past winter. Yes, rabbit manure. I love using rabbit manure. It is wonderful, and you don't have to worry about having to compost it down. But yeah, I need to try to get Bintopia planted. I'm so behind on my garden, but thankfully I have a long growing season. My tomatoes are doing pretty good. They're up, not quite as many as I'd like to have, but hey, I'm going to have maters. The Malabar spinach is already up, so I've got to get getting the trellis up. So it's going to be green bean planting time here soon. Also, okra. What on earth? I don't know what he was trying to watch. Yeah, I try not to do a whole lot of different tomatoes. Let's see, this year I've got some Amish up. I have some Roma up. I have my very well trusted San Marzanos. I have let's see, a new one, Buffalo Sun. Let's see, I've got some black cherry tomatoes. I've got red cherry tomatoes. I haven't planted any yellow ones yet. Let's see, what else do I have? I'm trying to think. I've got I've got what is shishito, the stir frying peppers up. I have a lot of pepperoncinis up. I have a few bell peppers coming up. I'm hoping to have a whole bunch of jalapenos because I want to make cowboy candy. And of course, I've got all my green beans, especially the two very important ones, thanks to Tammy. I've got all my cowpeas to plant. Elderberry's doing pretty good, doing pretty good. All the elderberry around us up here, for some odd reason, is gone to blooming early for them, and they're all blooming very heavy. Some, and of course, thankfully, they're coming in stages, so I'm not going to have to kill myself trying to harvest them all. But some are just starting flower heads, some are actually blooming, and then there's a few in places where they're done blooming. It's going to be a lot of sickness this year, from what I'm seeing. Uh, it's going to be a lot of sickness because elderberries are blooming heavy, and there's going to be apparently a lot of pain because wild lettuce has lost its mind this year. Yeah, I used to get the big tree pots at the botanic garden until a lot of people switched places, and well, I don't get those pots anymore. Um, I'm going to ask Tyler to see if he'll save pots for me. I can only ask, but Lordy Renee, if you can find them, I'll definitely save them for me because that's what I do all my mints and everything in. I might be old, but I can dumpster dive. Yes, sir. I like that, Lawrence. He's a certified dumpster diver. Yep. I tend to try not to pay for my pots if possible. No, I don't steal them, but I try to get as many pots as possible because I can't afford to buy all them pots that I need. Right now, I need about 10 of the little like whiskey barrel, the plastic pots at Lowe's right now. I don't see me getting those anytime soon. You have three different kinds of wild lettuce? I haven't seen three different kinds. I knew of the one. Okay, thank you and welcome to chat to Orchid. I appreciate you saying that. Yes, it's definitely a sign. I'm not lying to you. Elderberries are blooming around me everywhere. Oh, that's wonderful. Now that was a you pretty much robbed that dumpster, Renee. Yeah, I have plenty of the 2 and 3 gallon pots. My problem is I need what we call the big tree pots. Don't worry, I have back videos showing people how to harvest out in the wild and everything. It's not hard. If you want to, there is a really good, and I'm not affiliated with them at all. There is a very good plant app. If you have what they call a smartphone, it's called Picture This. Um, Wonderful plant app. The free works okay, but it'll drive you back crazy because you can only do like two, maybe three every so often before ads and all that crap. But it's only like $20. Last time I saw the app, it was like $20 a year, and they're pretty much spot on. Me too, Lawrence. I agree with you. Oh, my plants are potatoes. I like that one, Kathy. That's good. All right. Have you been too wet or too dry? It could also be a deficiency in the soil. Um, have you added anything new to them? Now, a lot of times, might be a magnesium deficiency. Try a little bit of Epsom salt mixed into the soil, not too close to the stem, but along that way. Um, has it been really wet or extremely dry? That'll cause it too, because they don't like wet feet at all. Sorry, y'all. Apparently, I couldn't hit my mouth. Yeah, they will do that if it's too wet. If it's too dry, they'll do the same thing. Sometimes some of these plants are extremely finicky and they will bug you trying to figure them out. Now, peas will do that also if it gets too warm. Because if they're sweet peas, English peas, yeah, once it starts getting warm, give up on them growing. Oh, you're welcome. More than happy to help. Hey, Ashley, welcome to chat. How are you doing this evening? It's going to be a toss up. I like the Russian kale, but I also like, oh, what's the name of the dinosaur kale? That one's really good. I'm got to get the I'm fixing to grow thanks to uh, some timers. I got to get the walking stick kale going. Yes, that'll cause them to go yellow right there real fast. More than happy to. You know what? We'll go hit Shelby Forest. Wonderful to hear. I'm glad to hear that. But yep, there's a lot to find in the woods. I need to get back there. Uh, Hopefully Wednesday morning I'll get to head back out into the woods because I should have done been back there. But yeah, I've got to rescue some pawpaw trees. Yes, I was blessed, and I feel so bad. I know they're in chat. The one who I think it was Regina. I, she blessed me with a package of the tree collards. She blessed me with a package of tree collards, and it's a tree, a walking stick kale. It grows really tall, and you can actually, as it gets bigger, if you wanted to, of course, it means you kill the plant, but they're actually harvested for walking sticks. Yep, it was Regina. I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out who on earth sent it. I'm telling you, sometimers. I am too busy for my own good, everyone. Yeah, I happened to just stumble up on a very big patch of wild pawpaws. And I'm not going to try to get the big ones. I'm going to try to get the little baby ones because they do not like their roots to be bothered. But that's why I'm going for the small ones. People kept poking and prodding me, and the main one that for years people here have been poking and prodding me, family members, friends, start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, nobody would be interested in what I do. So I ignored them and I ignored them. And the reason I started the YouTube channel was between Monica and Bounty in the Badlands. Bounty in the Badlands told me I really needed to do it. I don't blame you, Ashley, not one bit. But pawpaws are really hard. They are hard to grow. Good evening, backwoods country boy. Welcome to chat. That's perfectly fine. Hey, you arrived when you were supposed to. I don't can butter. I do, however, make ghee because ghee lasts longer. It has a longer shelf life. Hey, Audrey Willis, welcome to chat. Welcome in. Hello, Ark Wildman. Man, everybody's coming in. Welcome, everyone. But yes, what I can is ghee, and I'm going to also start canning some herbal ghee as well. I have been studying up on making the herbal ghee, so I'm going to try that. I pretty much can everything. I'm one of those horrible canners, those rebel canners, those that are not safe because I refuse to let the FDA tell me what I can and can't can now that was safe to can 20, 30, 40 years ago. It was okay back then to can, but now all of a sudden it's not. No, I'm not falling for it. Canned ghee, if stored correctly and done correctly, easily 10 years. Easily. I've known people that their ghee lasted 15, and the only reason it didn't last longer is they had to use it up. Nope, I don't. I do not pressure can my ghee. You can if you want to. You can do it for 10 minutes, but I let it, I do what they call a hot pack. It seals itself. I have never had it go bad. Wait a minute, hold on. I don't know anything about any new jars. Yes, I do have a video on making ghee. But yeah, I've never had my ghee go bad. As long as you make sure that you get all of that milk butter, the butter fat out. Yeah, as long as you get that out, your ghee is going to last. I mean, look over in India. How many centuries have they been making ghee over there? And they have no refrigeration whatsoever, no canning jars. They've been making it, you know, for centuries. Yeah, the butter fat that I spoon off of the ghee, wonderful, wonderful on toast. Let me tell you, wonderful in toast. You can cook with it. Because of my other half, I do all unsalted butter. Let me tell you, it's also the ghee's also that butter fat's also good for sautéing asparagus in as well. Yeah, it will. It will. Think about it. People back then didn't have refrigeration. Our ancestors weren't dying left and right. But yeah, I've kind of been slightly blackballed now because I'm one of those evil people who are a rebel canner. And I don't go by the blue book Bible, blue ball, big blue canning guide. So I'm a danger to canners. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. No, Miss Sharon, you have not wasted your life. You know why? You've started. You are now trying. Don't ever put yourself down. You might not have been able to back then. You are trying now. You're trying. So don't ever put yourself down. You haven't wasted your life. Look, don't worry about it. The main thing is you're trying. And definitely, believe me, you need to stock food back. I'm not a paranoia person. I'm not going to scare y'all to death and post these all crazy videos. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm blunt. I don't beat around the bush. I've been watching this happen since 92. This has been in the works for a very long time. And there for a while, yeah, I was one of the blind fools. Then I saw the light. It's been in action, in play for a long time. The main thing is that you're trying now. Stock what you can. Do what you can. Don't ever put yourself down. Lift yourself up. Believe in yourself. You can do anything that you put your mind to. Believe in yourself. I have never used Tatler lids. I'm going to tell you that right now. I haven't. To be honest, the reason why I've never used Tatler lids, I'm a poor person. I can't afford them. I cannot afford them. But I'm going to tell you one thing you can do when you use those canning jar lids and you open, down the road, when you open the lid from that canning jar from something being canned, you can, wash it up real good and reuse it and seal like jars of dehydrated food and stuff like that. Now, I do know some people, I have never reused canning jars for canning. I'll be honest with you. That's one thing I've never done. Yes, I've preserved stuff like that. I pickle eggs. You can lime, water glass your eggs. That's what it's called. Yeah, my grandmother used to do the water glassing, but she didn't use salt. She used the lime to do hers. But yeah, there's so many ways. I'm telling you, if you look at the new ball canning book, and look at canning books back from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and up, you'll see with each decade a very big difference. You know why? Food lobbyists. They pay big money so that, you can't make that food at home and you have to go to the grocery store and buy it. Garlic and honey is very good, but you've got to be careful with doing that. I keep it in the fridge because you have to watch out. Garlic is bad about botulism. That one I'm not going to lie about. Yes, forced food insecurity. Now, see, I don't have one of those. And I know, I forgot what Jilly said that she used, that's it's the same thing to re-put the rubber back on your lids. Now, if you want to do the honey and garlic for medicinal uses, I do have a video. It's a honey, garlic, and onion cough syrup that you cook down in one of those little, what I call useless, dinky, they call them like dip crock pots. I have a video on it showing you how to make it. And that you can cook on down together, put it in a pint jar, and you can keep it in your fridge. And I'm telling you, that is some of the best tasting stuff. But yeah, I'm I'm just aggravated about a lot of people because just because I do follow canning recipes, just really old canning recipes that are a lot of times forgotten. it don't make them bad because guess what? They used to be in the ball canning book. If they were good enough for the ball canning book back then, they should still be good to this day. Read the recipe, use common sense. It's not hard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Audrey. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with chat. But no, yeah, she said she does it that way, and it's the same compound that the that's on that makes the rings. So yeah, hey, if it works, it works. It's really bright. My screen's bright, and the words are really little. And after a while of me staring into the brightness, I look over here into the dark, and it's harder. Yes, I'm not going to lie, Regina. Yes, we're going to see a lot of really bad stuff come to light this fall. Good to hear, Ms. Sharon. You can do it. Just believe in yourself. Now I have a playlist of a lot of tinctures. Oh no, believe me, I got 20/20 vision, Renee, and I got night vision as well. It's just I've got to adjust the screen and get it all set up because I look over here this way and it's really bright screen, and I look over here and everything's real dark, so I have to get adjusted. But no, I can see, believe me, I have no problem. I have had ungodly vision since childhood because, well, I have done Native American beadwork for over 40 years, and I use little bitty beads, and my eyes are extremely strong. But no, to be honest, I need to, but a lot of people be panicked and everything, so I can do it. Just believe in yourself. Keep doing it. In my tincture videos, I show you harvesting the plant, how to do everything with it, even down to putting it in the jar to put the alcohol in it. You have to be careful and know which alcohol to use because sometimes you can get away with 80 proof, but I'm a firm believer of 100 proof, especially if it's a what we call a wetter herb. If it's a drier herb, you can get away with 80. If it's a wetter herb, you can get away with 100. And I break it all down, show you exactly how to use it, well, how to make it, how long, and then how to strain it, which I need 110 proof. What on earth are you using? Oh, okay, 100 proof. You scared me for a minute. I'm not going, my gracious, what are you using? But yeah, I can do a video on the making of formula. My problem is, what am I going to do with it afterwards? But I can do it. It's okay, Miss Sharon. I got a laugh on that one. Hey, ask Lawrence about the catfish bait. He swears about the catfish bait. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it just messes with my eyes. That's all. Believe me, my eyeballs are really good. I'm thankful for that. Swimming from other states to bite. I like that one. But like I've told people, I gotta be careful how I talk because they'll yank you if you're not careful or smack you about what's coming this fall and next year. We've already been told, sorry, I had to look at the phone. We've already been told that if American farmers do not have a bumper crop this year, things are going to be critical next year. Now, I know prices are going up. I've been warning people of that since last year. Think of food that our ancestors survived off of: beans, rice, dried beans, dried rice, flour, sugar, lard, um, Crisco, oil. Watch your oils. For the love of God, stay away from soybean oil. I'm so livid anymore. You can't get vegetable oil that's not 100 proof soybean. Corn oil's good. Of course, you got to watch out for food allergies. I love peanut oil. That's the best to fry in. Catfish, chicken, you name it. Okra. But think of food that our ancestors survived off of. We're going to have to go back to the basics. You can can fish, you can can your meat. Don't put much faith in freezers because if the grid goes down, they know people are stocking food and most people stock freezers. People's freezers are not lasting like they used to because they're buying new freezers. Don't put your faith in freezers. Try to dehydrate. If you're blessed with the freeze dryer, yes, one day I'm going to have a freeze dryer and I know it. And then I'm going to switch to more freeze dried food than canned food. There's some things you still have to can, but I'm telling you, freeze dried is the way because it lasts longer. And if you have to run and get out of where you're at, it's a whole lot easier to carry tubs of freeze dried food than that is cases of canned jars of food. Think like our ancestors did: dried potatoes. Potatoes, if you can store them to where they won't, start sprouting. Um, think smart. You've got to survive. Think survival. Yep, Augustin Farms. Dehydrate what you can get away with dehydrating safely. I'm trying to catch on comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Yes, definitely. Just make it easy on yourself. Can what you can, dried goods best you can. And the one thing more important than all of that, don't let people know what you have. Don't take tours, don't give tours of what you have in your pantry. Make sure that you stock up on salt. Salt is going to be very important for preserving food and canning in the future. Sugar is very important for canning in the future and preserving. Make sure you got spices because I'm telling you, you're going to get really sick and tired of eating plain beans, plain food. Make sure you stock up on your own spices. Make your own spice mixes. Dehydrate herbs. Make your own medicines. Because I'm telling you, what I've been seeing and listening to this fall, there's going to be a lot of people starting to come down very sick or dying just suddenly. And it breaks my heart because most of my family is going to be that way. A lot of evil in this world. And what they've done recently to people is the most evil thing, most evil experiment ever. And people done it willingly to themselves. And that's the sad part. Not necessarily, it might not be temporary because we really honestly don't know how evil the people are going to get that aren't stocking up. Because there's a lot of people who aren't stocking up and they don't care and they have no clue what's coming. They think the government is always going to take care of them, the food's always going to be there. Most people do not pay attention to the important stuff. Do not pay attention. And we've got to remember, we've got to watch out for them too, because they're going to come and it's going to be in mass droves of them looking for food because there's not going to be anything in the grocery stores for them to raid. So when they can't get anything in the grocery stores and the warehouses, they're coming to the houses. Yeah, yep, they did. Yes, it did. And they're going to keep burning even more because that's the plan. I know it. They don't because they know how to store stuff. Look at, and I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of these canning purists over here that only go by the ball book would have an absolute heart attack if they watched the videos of the old Italian grandmas canning up tomatoes and tomato sauce. They would have a heart attack. Yeah, yeah, because their ways were just as good back then. And what are people going to do when, all that stuff ball blue books asking for can't be, got a hold of? How are they going to start preserving? Control the food, control the people. Also, paranoia, make them scared, keep them paranoid about steadily having to get more medicine injected in them. Yep. I mean, a lot of times my grandmother used paraffin wax to seal jam and stuff. There wasn't no such thing as canning lids to her. She used it the old way. Heck, worst comes to worst, let me tell you, I'm going to be slicing meat really, really thin and smoking it. You can preserve it that way. It's time to start making pemmican, hardtack. Shoot, hardtack when stored right's not going to go bad no time soon. Lawrence, you're so bad. Get you one that knows how to cook and how to survive. You'll be just fine. Lawrence gonna be going around looking for farms that's got chickens, trying to get the chicken livers. And a lot of people have not been telling people stock up on fishing supplies, stock up on personal hygiene supplies, uh, medicinal supplies. Do what you can, get what you can, and don't be panicked about it. Too many people are panic videoing, and I mean, it's nice that they have like 300,000 subscribers, but what good is it if you're scaring the daylights out of everybody? I'd rather tell people calmly the truth about surviving, how to live off the land like our ancestors did, and not scare you, panic you, because I'm telling you, if you get paranoid or you panic, you're good as dead because you're not thinking straight. And when you're not thinking straight, it's gonna you're gonna slip up and it'll get you killed or hurt very badly. You've got to keep your head on your shoulders and keep it straight, but yet keep it on a swivel. From what I heard, that recall is really bad. So I don't know on that one. I haven't bought any peanut butter in a long time because I have powdered peanuts put back. Yes, yes. Even the storing storing foods in olive oil, salt water, lime brine. You can keep going. There was store things in lard. There is look at the Native American way of making pemmican, extreme high protein. I have wrote a book. It's sold out. It was on. It's a herbal cookbook. Yes, I do. But right now, I can understand, about people, needing books and stuff. But right now, it's time when people need to be supplying, getting their supplies up and getting their pantry in order. And I just feel bad about pumping anything out there for, you know, um, making money. I have my merchandise store where my shirts and stuff, but me getting to sit down and write a book, it's going to be a ways off before I can do anything like that. I'm still trying to keep making tinctures and doing what I can. Right now, funds are at a all-time low until my other half can get back to work. Let me tell you, this has been a struggle. All right, I don't want to mess your name up. Is it de Beaumont? De Beaumont resident? Yes, horse manure is some of the highest nitrogen fertilizer you can get, and it's really good to use. Very good to use. Sorry, I got to catch up on comments. Hello, David Gray. How are you doing? Welcome to chat. You're welcome, and I'm glad I didn't mess your name up because I do not like to mess people's name up because it makes me feel disrespectful. But yes, horse manure is wonderful manure. I'm catching up on chat, y'all. I'm sorry. Medicinal herbs for prepping. Usnea. It is a lichen. You can find it. It grows on trees. During storms and stuff, it falls to the ground. The number one herb, the number one medicinal to have in your medicine cabinet as a tincture. I swear by Usnea. Next is elderberry tincture because yes, I do make elderberry syrup. Elderberry tincture, you take less, lasts longer, and you can make more of it. Third, dry yarrow. Dry your yarrow, powder it up. It's all natural bleed stop. It will stop bleeding immediately, and it doesn't take much. And it's also good in teas for colds, coughs, pneumonia, and stuff like that. Another good one to have for pain is wild lettuce. Learn how to make wild lettuce tincture. I do have video on that one. I have a long list also. Now, you won't be able to make it until late summer, early fall of this year. Black walnut, the whole of the black walnuts. You're going to want to make tincture of that because that's all natural ivermectin. You're going to need that for this crap that's, constantly going around because we got an even worse round of it coming by 2020, late 2024, 2025, right in there. I'm watching them. And there's a whole lot more. I show people how to make their own herbal medicine because everybody's going to need it. And also teach people how to make their own medicinal salves because you're going to need it. But definitely Usnea above all else. I have seen the miracle of Usnea. I have used it as a tea, as a tincture, as a poultice. I've Me and my other half have took it religiously since you know what come over. Knock on wood again, we have not had it. We have not. We took our Uzni and elderberry tincture religiously. We take it in the morning and the evening. Have not had it. I have made tea with Uznia. I have cured sick cats, sick dogs, and sick chickens as well with the tea. Usnea is an amazing medicinal, and people have to learn what it looks like and harvest it. Any of the cancers, the main ones that I have seen and seen the research on, is going to be your turkey tail tincture, your give me a minute, turkey tail, uh, reishi mushroom tincture, uh, chaga tincture. What's the other one? Bear crap. I'm sorry. Lion's mane. I think it's a lion's mane. That in those are very important mushroom tinctures. They are known and studied for cancer help. And I am so sorry to hear about your cousin. My heart goes out to you. It really does because throat cancer is horrible. I went through throat cancer with my dad and my grandmother. They both survived it. Now, my dad, they took everything out of his throat and his voice box. He survived it. Now, my grandmother, they were able to survive to save her voice box, but they took everything out. Cancer is an evil. Cancer can be cured, but big pharma does not want you healed. They do not want you well. Good evening, Denise Allen. How are you doing? Welcome to chat. Hey Chuck, how are you doing? Welcome to chat. Yes, definitely. It will help him. Hey Duval, how are you doing? I'm praying for him too, David. I'll definitely keep him in my prayers without a doubt. And I am so sorry to hear that. Get him to, is he still able to eat on his own, or is he having to do shakes or anything? Because, like I said, mushrooms, um, blueberries would be good, like blueberry juice. Um, okay, good. He's eating. So maybe they have caught it early. Tell him to make sure his doctor's really good. And if they go in for surgery, make sure they get everything. If they don't get everything, it will just spread. And I'm sorry, I'm just being a realist because I went through my daddy having multiple different bouts of cancer, and so did my grandmother. And I know if they miss anything, it's not good because that stuff is the bane of evil on this earth. And I know cancer can be cured, and it should have not lasted this long, and it should not be as many different cancers as there is now because they weren't here when I was a child. They weren't here when I was a child. Got to be careful. It's rough. I'm not going to lie, it's a rough one. Throat cancer is horrid. It is really horrid. Yeah, it can survive on sugar, but I think it's in many different other things. But I have, what is it? Turn your body alkaline. I think it's alkaline should help with that as well. It's gonna be rough, David. I'm not gonna lie to you, but tell him he's got to stay positive all the way. Because if you ever give in to cancer, it's got you. You've got to believe that you can fight it and win. One day of being down and not wanting to fight anymore is all it takes. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. You did get blessed there. Yeah. Now, my daddy survived a long time after his throat cancer before a bout of it went from throat cancer he was supposed to have been fine from, then it went to lung cancer, And then he was supposed to have been fine after that. Then several years later after that, it was esophageal cancer. And yeah, it was just rough after that. But let me tell you, I would, me and my daddy would pick back and forth, and he had to use the electronic voice thing. And back then, the technology was not good, and you really couldn't understand him. But if you got him aggravated, you could understand every word he had to say very, very clearly, and then some. But just stay positive. Get him to stay positive, David. Get him to stay positive no matter what. Yes, tomatoes is really good. Yes, he will make it. Yes, he will. Got to stay positive. You cannot believe that cancer's got you, not one bit. Yep, tomatoes extremely good for cancer too. But yeah, like I said, everyone, just continue to work on your stocks of food. Get, buy what you can as you can. If you can't buy in bulk like I do, go to Bucket or Quarter Tree. You can still buy bags of beans there, rice there, um, split peas, lentils. Lentils are extremely high in protein. Dried goods, rice. If you get rice, make sure you put it in the freezer to kill any eggs. It's given that there's going to be some, you know, pest eggs in rice and flour. You can pressure seal it; it'll be fine. You can, or vacuum sealer as I seal it as I call, or you can freeze it for a week and then can it up. Just make sure that you put it in a bag or something so moisture can't get to it. Other than that, think of our ancestors. What did they eat? Bread. They knew how to make very simple bread, which I need to do a couple videos on that as well. Simple bread, they were lucky if they had broth. If they could, they'd harvest wild edibles, throw it in the water, make a simple broth. Think, I mean, powdered bouillon if you can, put that back. There's so much you can put back and survive for a long time. And the main thing that we've got to remember above all else, when it does hit the fan, we're going to have to learn how to eat a whole lot less than we're used to. And like I said, a pint jar of meat is plenty for two people. You can stretch it if you cook it right for four. You're going to have to learn how to downsize the amount of food you eat. Oh, yeah, believe me, there was, I forgot, what was it about? Um, I was following this, excuse me, many years back. They were killing holistic doctors and nurses and practitioners left and right, and they still have not found who was doing it. I mean, when over 100 holistic doctors, herbalists, and stuff who are of perfect health and everything, go to committing double homicide, suicide, and or was just dropped dead from a heart attack, and yeah, yeah, they're killing people. You just gotta be careful. Go on, Fly. You gotta be careful how you talk. Yes, bannock bread's good too. Thank you, Tanya. Definitely can always appreciate the thumbs up. But yeah, just think of our ancestors. Embrace what they went through. If they can survive it, guess what? We can too. And like I'm telling people, wean yourself off of being so used to electricity. I'm telling you, wean off as much as possible. Fry okra without the slime. Oh, yes, I also know how to can it. Where the okra isn't slimy, the slime goes into the water. And let me tell you, that canned okra makes the best fried okra there is, and it's not slimy. Yep, we do one meat a day. Yep. Yes, it's easier on the eyes, and you're less likely to be seen as well. We're going to have to uh, catch up and relearn snaring, which, how to snare animals. You're going to have to learn your fishing pole's not always going to be there. You're going to have to learn how to run secret trot lines and be able to gig for fish. Learn how to use sticks as for fishing poles. Bottles, you can use bottle weights, jug fishing. Yep. And learn how to, excuse me, sorry y'all, I've been really talkative this time. Learn how, if possible, when you can, do without air conditioning. Yes, learn how to cook over wood, because I'm telling you, that's going to be the way to cook is over wood. Everybody's going crazy about propane grills and everything. Well, yeah, I have two propane grills, but you know what? I know I'm not going to always be able to use them. Learn to cook over wood, cast iron, get you the tripod to where you can also cook with, if you got them, Dutch ovens. There's a lot of ways to cook food, a lot of ways to catch your food. If anything else, learn how to make your own darts, learn how to use a blowgun. There for a while, I was very, very good at blowgun, but I'm gonna have to practice some more. Bow and arrows, always silent. You can get what you need with the bow and arrow as long as you know what you're doing. Practice that. So many things because a lot of things are not always going to be able to get a hold of. Oh no, I'm not noodling. Sorry. I have limitations. I will use a spear or if I have to use a frog gig, I'll get a fish with it, but I ain't sticking my hand up in no. I've seen too much of what a muskrat or alligator snapper can do. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some more. I need to do some I'm a little more sneaky when I make my fire starters. I need to do a video on that. But yeah, no, I'm not. Nope, no. I'll just find something else to eat if I have to noodle for fish. Nope. I have seen some horrible things of what people got themselves into noodling. No, I'm good because my luck it'd be a gator or a gar. No, yep, there you go. Eat the little boogers. I'm telling you, that's fine. They're good. Squirrel and dumplings is really good. I'm not gonna lie. And you can also eat chipmunk. Didn't hear that from me. They are tasty. Cherokee love their chipmunks as well. They will. They will because people don't know how to limit themselves. But then there's a whole lot of people who won't be because they're too used to modern comforts. Muskrat's good to eat, yes. Groundhog's good to eat. Yep, that too. Or you could cheat and use. I use dryer lint and those little fire starter logs. Shape them little fire starter logs up. Works wonders. Yep, fire starter bundles. If you can get a hold of it, birch bark, paper birch especially. Now don't go to just stripping trees everywhere. When you see them starting to peel, gently peel them, but don't just naked the whole tree. Uh, a little piece of birch bark goes a long way as a fire starter. They're wonderful. All right, everybody, I'm going to get off of here, go check on the other half because I haven't seen Junior in a while. I'm going to make sure, he hasn't, fell over somewhere. Yes, old Boy Scout books, old Army books as well. They're really good because back in the day they used to teach you how to do a lot of things. Learn knot tying, learn how to sharpen your tools with a rock if need be. Because, yes, certain rocks are very good. Learn basic survival skills. A lot of people don't know how to make their own salt from seawater. Salt is something a human body has to have. Like it or not, you have to have salt. Learn how to make your own salt. You're welcome, Denise. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I always enjoy sharing. There is so much more for us all to learn, and I'm trying to help as many people as possible. And there's a lot for me to learn as well, because, yes, believe it or not, I do not know everything, but I'm still learning. Thank you, Tamara. I hope your mama enjoyed it as well. I appreciate everybody coming in to chat. I have always enjoyed getting to talk to all the owls on Monday night. I look forward to it. And I just enjoy myself so much. You're welcome, Miss Sharon. Now, listen, remember, if you have any questions, you can email me if you don't feel comfortable asking them in like the comment section of a video. Ask questions if there's other things or topics that you would like to learn about. I'm more than happy. If I don't know about it, I will research it and do videos on it. I am more than happy to help as many because we've got to stick together. If we're going to make it through this, we have to stick together and unite as one, like it or not. We have to unite because I'm telling you, they're not our friends, and they sure have proven they don't want us to survive. I am so happy you all enjoyed it. Everyone, take care. Have a blessed evening. I have just enjoyed myself. And I will see y'all next Monday night. Good night, my owls, all the owls. It has been a great gathering once again. Everyone, take care. Remember that you are loved and appreciated more than you know. Good night, everyone.